You are a stout, thick... No, jab it. She's convinced she's a lap dog. And have a seat. She's convinced that she is meant to be a lap dog. Are you? Are you a lap dog? You can't tell her otherwise. That's what she thinks. Alright, jabbers. Hey guys, what's up? It's Heather with the Moscow. And today we are going to be planting one of my favorite plants, a camellia. Again, this is the Moscow where we are out of breath and we are out of shape. This is the Moscow where we are learning to garden together and trying stuff out, even if conditions aren't exactly right, and seeing what we get. My name is Heather. I live in East Tennessee, garden in Zone 7B. We live in a log cabin in the woods, which means right here we get shade, dappled shade, and today we are putting a camellia here. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you will know that I have struggled with the foundation planting of my house for a long time, like the whole time that we've been doing this. So today we're gonna put a plant in the ground to trial it out, and that would be this here camellia. Now, we ordered this online and I will link it down below. And I have not watered it since it came in. I have not taken it out of its thing. It's been sitting in my house, so it's losing leaves and buds and overall not living its best life, but that is my fault. But I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about why I chose this plant and some stuff on camellias in general. When it comes to southern plants, I think of camellias. Now, camellias are originally out of Asia. They give you all the Japanese garden vibes. And me and my family, our favorite country to travel to is Japan. So I love camellias. I have had two before. I've killed both of them. Well, I haven't killed both of them. The pack of puppies ate them. So this is what we're planting. This beautiful white camellia. Now the reason I want to put it here, this section is full sun. Not really, it's part sun, but hot afternoon sun to shade. Now I'm concerned about a couple things. Will the shade be so much shade that they won't bloom or grow? I would even take sparse blooms on this side as long as it's growing. They are evergreen and they will have that beautiful glossy green foliage, which would be perfect in this area. And then I can plant something in front of them. But also I'm concerned, because I have mistreated the heck out of this plant. I did not pay that much money for it and I was working a lot and I mistreated the heck out of this plant. I did make some notes about camellias for you guys, so let's go over some of those. So the two most common types of camellias that you're going to find here in the US are the Sisquanda and the Sisquanda and Japonica. I might be saying Sisquanda wrong, so, give me a break. The difference between the two, the Japonicas grow a lot slower. They will not tolerate the hot sun. They have to have that afternoon shade to protect them from that hot afternoon sun. And the camellias, as a general rule, will bloom like in the off season. They bloom from fall to early spring, and that's why they're kind of a lot of people have them around Christmas for Christmas flowers. They're beautiful, glossy leaves, lots of beautiful colors of flowers. They grow mostly in zone 6 to 10, and 6 is kind of stretching it. Make sure if you're going to get a zone 6 camellia that you've got one that is specifically rated down to a zone 6. They're more thought of like 8 to 10, those type of things. Definitely for southern gardens. They like part sun to sun, or this one is part sun to sun, but I have seen everything from full shade to full sun. Now, you're going to have to kind of account for that hot afternoon sun is rough on these plants. So we're going to stick this one in here and see how it does. We're going to stick one over here to see if it grows first, to see if it's getting enough sunlight to grow. And then if that works, we'll stick one on the other end to make sure it's not burning too awful bad. So this may take us a little while, but it would be the perfect plant for right here if it works. They can get a multitude of sizes, so you really need to look at the size of the particular variety that you're purchasing before you commit to it. So I've seen anywhere from like basically trees, you know, like 14 feet tall, you know, 4 or 5 feet wide. This one in particular only gets 3 to 4 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide, which is another reason why it's perfect here. This particular one is hardy zone 7 to 9. This is from the Southern Living Plant Collection. I do trust them a little bit more when we're talking about specifically southern plants. Again, they are slow growers, so it's going to be a while before we have a really lush, beautiful foundation planting, but I'm willing to be patient in order to I mean, look at these flowers. Look at this. Will it focus? Look at those flowers. Gorgeous double white blooms on glossy foliage, like dreams. They are evergreen. They do like acidic soil. They like well draining soil. I'm pretty sure these are ones that don't like their feet to get wet. So I am going to plant this high. I'm going to amend the soil here. That's another concern about this area. On the one side, and we're trying to make it all match, it's very, very thick clay. They had landscape fabric, so it almost became anaerobic over there. Like when you dig it, it's just like a full thing of clay comes up. Over here, this is hard compacted soil, and even though I've had mulch on it for a couple seasons now, I will be amending it. Do need to fertilize these in the early spring. Also, you want to what is that called? Prune these right after they've bloomed, because they do bloom on old wood, which brings up another question. They don't do super well with frost. So if it's going to be frost, protect them for sure, or you'll lose your blooms, and that's kind of a bummer. Again, this area has been a challenge for me, and if this doesn't work, I am going to go in with boxwoods. But I'd really like this to work. I think this would be really pretty, so hopefully this works. And again, you're going to fertilize in early spring with something for like azaleas or like something acidic. The particular variety that we are planting today is the White Shishi October Magic Camellia. I'll just read this. Again, it's a low grower, 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. It's a full sun to part shade, and that's where we're about to find out. The one thing is, if you were in zone 8, I would still question if it was really full sun. But I'm in zone 7B, you know, so maybe. We're going to find out, because that's what we do around here. So dig a hole twice the width of the pot, backfill with 1 to 2, and plant 1 to 2 inches above soil level, mulch around the plants. So we're certainly going to plant this sucker right here. But what I'm going to do, this seems like it's just rambling. It just seems like I'm rambling. What I'm going to do, and I'll turn you around so you're not staring at me. Yes, it is cold, by the way, for me. I'm going to plant it right here. Like right, 2 feet away from the pot. Right here. I'm going to maybe further back, though. Yeah, right here. Right here is where we're planting. It's a very technical term. We're going to plant right here, because that is in line with the back of my stairs. I want to leave room in this bed to always have like a annual planting in the front. So we're going to dig a hole right where Jabby's is. Jabby's, you can't go get the kitty. You cannot go get the kitty. We're going to dig a hole twice as wide and as deep. Another thing, when I opened the box for this plant, is I think I messed up the root ball, so this may completely be a fail. But we're going to dig a nice big hole. We're going to amend it with some compost from my compost pile, and then we're going to plant it a little high. And when we get done with that, to prevent these guys from eating it, we're going to spread some rabbit, dog, and cat repellent. It does tend to keep them from eating them. And we're also going to put a ring of stakes around, because I find that helps them to not run through here and just bowl it over. You would never, right? You would never. Such a good girl. So I'm going to get this planted It's kind of fun to plant around here because of just how hard the soil is. So I'm going to try to set you in this tree, which, by the way, look, is that not the most beautiful pansy? It's really pretty. I'm going to try to set you right here. You can't see from right there, but that's okay. So we're just going to do the best we can. I'm just waiting for that to fall over. Why wouldn't I just go get, I'm so lazy. I should just go get the big camera. I am looking out at our grass. It's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So what I do here, this is very technical, is I take this here shovel and this, and I do this number repeatedly. That's what I do. Is it my favorite thing? Lord, no. I'm gonna be further back, don't I? No, jabbies, jabbies, jabbies. Jabbies, I'm busy. I'm busy here, jabbies. No, you may not go get the kitty. Jabbies, you're not protecting anybody from the kitty. Alright, we're gonna actually scoot it back some. I think we're gonna go right here. Seems legit. No, that won't make sense. Let's go over here. They are so insistent upon getting that kitty. Alright. We also want to be far enough away from the house that, we don't have any problems there. Is this the most fun way to dig? No. Is this how I dug like 100 holes over there where I put in the hostas? Yes, it is. Do I think they're all gonna die? Probably. Did the dogs eat half of them? Maybe. It is 50-something degrees today. And some of you are like, oh, that's so lovely. I don't like to be cold. So, it's not my favorite. But you know what? You can't have everything. Do you think I'm going to put out a video in the coming weeks about my favorite southern plants? My question is, how many people, I realize that like hydrangeas are not southern plants, but how many of you associate them with southern plants? I'm curious to know. Because I do, but I think that might be incorrect. Jabbies. Jabbies. You want to dig me a hole? You're real good at digging. Can I help you? Come here. You are a stout, thick... No, Jabby! She's convinced she's a lap dog. And have a seat. She's convinced that she is meant to be a lap dog. Are you? Are you a lap dog? You can't tell her otherwise. That's what she thinks. Alright, Jabbers. Let me get this. Jabbies. Jabbies. You guys are gonna have to get put inside. If you can't let me. Plant this plant. Alright. Alright, so we're back at it. The dog's inside. I probably would benefit from a flower planter auger, but you know, this is almost as fun, you know. So we've got all the things to try to be successful. So we've got our biotone. I keep it in a bucket in my garage so the dogs don't eat. We've got our plant, which we need to, you know, release from its cage. I ordered this, and when I ordered it, it came by Plants by Mail. I was pretty impressed, to be quite honest, with the condition that it came in and all that good stuff. But yes, I definitely messed up the root ball, as you can see. But as you can see, I got a little crazy there. So we're gonna put all the good things in the hole and hope for the best. All right. First of all, I've got some compost from my compost pile. To be fair, some of it is not completely broken down. That is quite all right, because it will break down in the soil here. And it is far more well draining. Let's throw some biotone in there. Quite frankly, since this is all this yummy soil and medium that it's growing in, we should probably throw that in here. I'm gonna throw some of the native soil here in with our compost, because we're gonna backfill with that. The reason being, I do not want to backfill mostly with my native soil. It won't do. Now, it says to plant it 1 to 2. It's literally just roots. To high, plant it high. To be fair, I can't do that because I don't have a root ball. So I'm just gonna hit it with that number. There. Nope. So that looks pretty good. Let me show you. Should probably turn it around. I'm thinking, since I can't just plant it high, maybe I should mound up the soil. That's what I should do. Here we go. Some native. I dug that hole and then I just covered it back up. Okay. Let's create a mound here. And let's just drop our root ball in here. Now again, ideally, you wouldn't have broken the root ball on your plant. I'm gonna throw some mulch around it. Here we are. All right, so she's in the ground. Let's take a look. So here she is. Got my stakes, and again, what I did was mound up the area and then stick my root ball in. So we'll see how this works out. This is on drip. But I'll probably manually water that for a while. And again, A lot of organic material in that hole. Tried my best to plant it high, but again, I was limited on the size of my root ball since I broke it. So thoughts and prayers will be needed for my camellia plant. Hoping for the best on that. But again, I did want to just give you an overview of camellias. They're really, really beautiful plants. They come, like I say, that bright, glossy, evergreen foliage is amazing. They come in a multitude of colors, and they bloom at a time when nothing else is blooming, which is super fun. So let's turn it back around. There she is. You can barely see her. And again, the stakes are to just keep the dogs from running through here and nailing it. I am going to put some cat and dog deterrent down. My kitty is meowing at me. Probably that he needs food. But this will keep them from just going over there and eating it. And hopefully, like I say, if it'll start growing, then we can have some more. So hopefully that was helpful. If you don't know about camellias and you live in zones 6 through 10, go take a look, because really, really beautiful plants. And I hope to have that as my foundation plant. Again, you need to look at the size of them, because some of them are trees. That one's 3 to 4. Slow grower. So in any case, that's going to be it for me in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment or put your picture. If you have a camellia, please put a picture in the comments below so everyone can see it. Such beautiful plants. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.